The map was spread across the dusty bonnet of my car, its edges frayed from countless adventures. Tracing a thin, crinkled line through a vast, empty space, I felt a thrill of anticipation. This was the Nullarbor Plain, Latin for no trees, a name that sounded like a dare, challenging me to explore its vastness. Friends warned me about the distances, the heat, the emptiness, and the isolation that could drive one mad. But their warnings only fueled my excitement, igniting a fire within me to conquer the unknown. I wanted to feel that isolation, to drive the legendary road connecting East and West Australia, to experience the raw beauty of the outback. My car was packed: water, fuel, first aid, snacks. Everything checked, double-checked, and meticulously organized. Yet, as I stood at the edge of this expanse, a whisper of doubt crept in. What if something went wrong out here? What if I was truly alone? But this wasn't just a drive. It was an expedition into a land time forgot, a journey into the heart of the unknown. The air was warm, scented with dry earth and eucalyptus, a fragrance that spoke of ancient landscapes and timeless journeys. I took a deep breath, folded the map, and gripped the wheel, feeling the weight of the adventure ahead. The engine rumbled to life, a comforting sound that signaled the start of something extraordinary. The adventure had begun. Looking down that endless road, I felt a profound sense of freedom, a liberation from the constraints of everyday life. Out here, the rules were different. Drive, eat, sleep, keep moving. It was a simple, primal existence. It was a chance to disconnect from the world I knew and connect with something much older, something eternal. With a final glance in the rearview mirror, I pulled onto the highway. The Nullarbor was waiting, vast and unyielding. I was ready to meet it, to embrace the challenges and the beauty it held. The journey had truly begun, and with it, a new chapter of my life. The first hours on the road were a lesson in scale. Every passing kilometer seemed to stretch the world a little wider, as if the land itself was unfolding before me, revealing its true immensity. The landscape opened up, shedding hills and bushland for a vast, flat plain. The transition was subtle at first, but soon the horizon became a straight line, unbroken and infinite. The land was a canvas of red earth, silver saltbush, and the occasional wildflower. Each detail stood out in the clarity of the open air, colors more vivid against the endless backdrop. It wasn't empty, just breathtakingly spacious. The silence was profound, filled only by the distant call of a bird or the whisper of wind. The sky was the main event, a dome of blue stretching forever with dramatic clouds casting slow-moving shadows. It felt as if the heavens themselves were putting on a show just for me. I felt small, humbled by the immensity. Out here, my worries shrank, dwarfed by the sheer scale of the land and sky. Driving became meditative, the hum of tires, the endless panorama, the mind quieting down. With every mile, I felt myself letting go, becoming part of the rhythm of the road. The world felt bigger out here. The sense of freedom was exhilarating, as if anything was possible beneath this boundless sky. Some call it monotonous, but I found it captivating. The repetition became a kind of music, a pattern that soothed and inspired. The longer I drove, the more I noticed. Shifting light, textures of scrub, wind patterns in the dust. Each moment brought a new detail, a subtle change in the landscape's mood. This landscape didn't shout, it whispered. Its beauty was quiet, patient, waiting for those who took the time to listen. You had to slow down, pay attention, let its quiet magic seep in. Only then did the true character of the Nullarbor reveal itself. It taught me a new way of seeing, an appreciation for simplicity and space. Out here, less truly was more, and every small thing mattered. Out here, beauty was subtle, waiting for those willing to look. The smallest flower, the gentlest breeze became a treasure. The horizon stretched on, inviting me forward, promising more wonders just beyond the edge of sight. The 90-mile straight, Australia's longest straight road, was surreal. It felt like driving into infinity, the horizon never getting any closer, the landscape refusing to change. 146 kilometers without a bend, just point the car forward and go. The monotony was hypnotic. broken only by the gentle hum of tires on the tarmac. The road ahead vanished into a shimmering heat haze. The air itself seemed to ripple, blurring the line between earth and sky. It was a test of focus, where the only variables were the road, the sky, and your thoughts. With nothing to distract you, your mind wandered, drifting between memories and daydreams. Road trains, massive trucks with up to 4 trailers, thundered past, shaking the ground. Their sheer size and speed were a reminder of how small you really are out here. Iconic yellow signs warned of kangaroos, emus, camels, a reminder this was their world. Wildlife could appear at any moment, adding a sense of unpredictability to the journey. Out here, drivers share a silent camaraderie, a wave, a nod, a flash of headlights. These gestures became a language of their own, a way to say, "I see you." Each passing vehicle felt like a connection, a brief moment of shared experience. In the emptiness, even fleeting encounters felt meaningful. The road was a lifeline, and its culture was one of mutual respect. Everyone understood the challenges, and that created a bond. In this vastness, even a stranger's wave meant something. It was a small act of kindness that broke the isolation. The Nullarbor journey was a community of adventurers, all on their own epic quest. Each traveler brought their own story to this endless stretch of road. The straight road became a symbol of endurance and unity. It was a place where solitude and togetherness existed side by side. We were all just passing through, together, each of us a small part of the great Australian outback story. The Nullarbor is far from lifeless. As the sun dipped, the landscape came alive. Kangaroos standing tall, then bounding across the plains. Flocks of emus strode through the scrub, unbothered by my presence. Wedge-tailed eagles soared overhead, masters of the sky. The most surprising sight, wild camels, descendants of 19th century explorers, moving with slow, swaying grace. These animals are ultimate survivors, thriving in extremes. Watching them, I felt a deep respect for their resilience. Sharing this space, even briefly, was a privilege. Their presence made the land feel alive, complete. The Nullarbor's wildlife was a living link to history and the spirit of the place. Even in desolation, life finds a way. The wildness here was humbling and unforgettable. After a day of driving, isolation truly sets in. No billboards, no radio, no phone signal. Just you, the car, and the endless road. At first, the disconnection is unsettling, but soon peace settles in. The silence is full wind, gravel underfoot, distant birds. With nothing to distract, your mind wanders, thoughts and memories surface. The vastness puts everything in perspective. City problems shrink out here. Alone in this space, there's no one to impress. Just you and your thoughts. It's clarifying, a rare chance for honest self-reflection. The Nullarbor acts as a mirror, forcing you to confront who you are. Solitude becomes a gift, not a void. It brings clarity, creativity, and self-discovery. Out here, being present with yourself is enough. I left with a new appreciation for silence and reflection. The emptiness wasn't lonely, it was liberating. The Nullarbor taught me the value of making space for my own thoughts. Just when the emptiness feels endless, a roadhouse appears, a vital oasis in the desert. Pulling in after hours of driving feels like arriving in a bustling town. Inside, truckers swap stories, families marvel at souvenirs, and staff offer dry wit and practical advice. These places are the heart of the Nullarbor, where kindness and resilience thrive. Strangers help each other, pointing out stargazing spots, checking tires, sharing tips. Small acts of generosity leave a big impression. These communities transform the journey from a drive into a human experience. Staying the night, sharing a meal, listening to stories. You become part of the road's life. The warmth and humanity of these oases are as memorable as the landscapes. Here, you're not just passing through, you belong, if only for a moment. Sunrise and sunset on the Nullarbor are pure spectacle. With nothing to block the view, the sky becomes a 360-degree canvas. Pinks, purples, fiery oranges at dawn, blazing reds and golds at dusk. The first rays make the red earth glow. The last light bathes the road in gold. I'd pull over, engine off, just to watch the colors fade and the stars emerge. But the real magic comes at night. With no city lights, the stars are unbelievable. The Milky Way, a luminous river overhead. I'd lie on the car bonnet, awestruck, spotting constellations and shooting stars. The silence was profound, broken only by crickets. Stargazing here is humbling, connecting you to the universe. It makes you contemplate existence, your place in the cosmos. Those nights under the stars were pure magic. The beauty of the natural world was overwhelming. Out here, you remember to just look up. Reaching the other side, the landscape shifting back to hills and forests brought a mix of pride and reflection. I'd crossed a continent, alone, through one of its toughest environments. The car wore its red dust like a badge of honor. This was more than a drive. It was a journey inward. The vastness stripped away the non-essential, reminding me what matters: connection, resilience, beauty. The Nullarbor tested me, and I emerged stronger, more self-reliant. The memories, kindness of strangers, wildlife at sunset, the Milky Way, will stay with me forever. Adventure isn't always about extremes. Sometimes it's about embracing emptiness and finding meaning within. The Nullarbor is a symbol of wild places that challenge and inspire us. I finished the journey renewed, grateful, and changed. My journey across the Nullarbor was personal, but the feelings are universal. We all have a Nullarbor waiting. Maybe not a desert, but a new adventure, big or small. The key is to answer the call, step into the unknown, embrace solitude, find beauty in unexpected places. Don't let fear hold you back. The world is full of wonders if you seek them. The best adventures start with a simple decision to go. Travel teaches, connects, and transforms us. There are more roads to travel, more stories to share. If this story inspired you, join me. Let's explore together. Seek out your own Nullarbor, embrace the unknown, and live with curiosity. The road is calling. Let's see what's out there.